Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a review, not a review, we're going to call this an overview first impressions video when it comes to the Temple of Gainz Pendulum Squat version 3. Now I've actually had this going on a little over 2.5 months. I use it twice a week, Mondays and Fridays when it comes to my leg day, so I have a lot of experience using it. But to be completely honest, I had no experience with pendulum squats before going to Home Gym Con this year. So I went to Home Gym Con, I tested out the ATX one, I tested out Prime Fitness, and I also tested out this one. ATX was very compact, but you couldn't adjust the angle of the foot platform or the position. Prime Fitness was very well done, but it didn't have the 3 positions for racking the weight. So when my girlfriend used it, she had a really hard time unracking it in order to get going when it comes to the exercise. So she kind of had to do a little tippy toe in order to unrack it. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Plus the price of Prime Fitness, guys, it was $6,250. That's not including shipping, by the way. Now enter the Temple of Gainz Pendulum Squat version 3. This one is retailing for $2799.99, so $2,800. And guys, that's including shipping. Right? That's crazy. It includes shipping. That's including freight delivery. So you guys, you're pretty much set when it comes down to it. Obviously you have to pay taxes, but I mean, $2,800 for a machine like this is pretty dang good. In fact, I can give you guys an example. So Atlantis, when I was looking about 3-4 years ago, they quoted me over $4,800 for a plate loaded machine that could be unbolted and taken into my basement. That's a lot. That wasn't including shipping, by the way. So I feel like the price range for this thing is pretty dang good. Now, some of the features that I want to talk about when it comes to this machine, and the reason why I decided to go with this machine was it has a counterweight system. There's actually 2 different positions for the counterweight, so you can actually put it either in the forward position, which is more toward the front, and then you can also put it in a little bit closer, which is the way that I have it, toward the inside of the machine. So I wanted my weight to not stick out entirely when it comes to my gym, so I put it in a little bit closer. So that's the counterweight system. You also do have band pegs for the front, so you can actually use bands when it comes to the counterweight as well. You have bands in the back, so you can use bands when it comes to this machine. This is a plate loaded machine, by the way. This movement arm, this entire arm, is roughly around 52 pounds when it comes to the bottom position. And then when you're in the lockout position, you're looking at roughly around 62, 65 pounds. I had a really hard time weighing this. I basically stood on a plyo box with my crane scale with one hand, trying to sit there and trying to weigh this stupid thing. And it was very awkward and I had a hard time. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure around 62 pounds is roughly that top locked position. And then 52 is the bottom. So yeah. Now, when it comes down to it, the biggest thing that sold me on this machine was I can make this thing super compact, which I did. So instead of having the 2 weight horns, which is basically dual-sided, I went with just this one. So now this one is going to be coming this way toward the inside of the machine, so away from a wall. Now you can put this thing right up against the wall. Now the same thing with the weight sleeve in the back. So instead of having the 2 on each side, one on each side, I only have the 1 coming and it's going in toward the machine, so away from the wall. I can have this thing pretty dang close to my wall. And I have a very limited space because I've been basically playing Tetris down here when it comes to machines. And this thing met my specific needs when it comes to space just perfect. Like I said, I have this thing very close to my wall. For me, this is a pretty dang compact machine and I really enjoy it. So one of the things when it comes to pendulum squats that most people don't understand unless they actually use one is, since it is such an isolated movement and it has an arcing path for the strength profile, it puts a lot of tension on your quads. But here's the kicker. It's very lower back friendly because of the back pad, but it also allows me to have pretty good ankle mobility as well when it comes down to this machine. compared to doing something like a hack squat or leg press. But one of the biggest things that makes this machine stand out is it has an adjustability when it comes to the foot platform angle. So you do have 7 different adjustment angles. So you're looking at, one is going to be 33 degrees, and then number 7 is going to be 54 degrees. My happy medium lately I've been using is 44 degrees. That's number 4, and that feels just really good when it comes to my dorsiflexion, my mobility, pretty much everything. It feels amazing. I do have 8 different positions when it comes to adjusting for the actual position of the foot platform, so moving in and out. There's 8 different positions, so you're pretty good when it comes to whether or not you're tall, whether or not you're short. For me, I'm roughly 5'11". My girlfriend is, I think, 5'6", even though she likes to think she's a little bit taller. And it is very good for us. We don't have to move this thing back and forth at all. In order to move it, there is 2 pop pins that you have to pull on, and then you can adjust back and forth. And then you have 1 pop pin when it comes to the angle adjusting. So you do have laser etched numbers when it comes to the foot platform and the position of the foot platform. And overall, man, this machine is just so freaking humbling. I have never, ever felt a burn so bad when it comes to my quads compared to this machine. So I've had the squat press, belt squats, barbell squats, hack squats. I mean, I've tried every single machine out there, and this is the one that gives me the biggest burn. So basically the biggest bang for my buck, and you don't really need a lot of weight when it comes down to it. So I've been basically doing 75 pounds, well, 70 pounds roughly. And that is roughly 6 to 8 reps. That is very, very hard, guys. I mean, my quads are so freaking burning, and you can go to muscle failure when it comes to this. That's the best part about this machine. It's very safe in order to go to muscle failure. Due to the back design, it keeps your spine very neutral. I mean, overall, it's an isolated movement, so if you fail, you fail. It's a very easy, oh, I failed. You got the stopper in the back, so all you have to do is kind of crawl out of this machine once you fail. Take the weights off the back and then prop it back up, and I mean, you're good to go. I mean, this machine itself is very, very, I can't say it enough. It's a very well done machine. Now, obviously, if you say too many good things about something, somebody thinks it's basically a sponsored post, but I actually did pay for this machine myself. There was a slight discount from Yanni. Overall, this machine is very well built. I don't see any issues when it comes down to it. And the only thing that I had when it comes to the complaint was all the bolts and the nuts, they were mislabeled. So when they were basically sealed into their little cardboard package or whatever, it wasn't correct. So I kind of had to pull out my caliper and I had to play around when it came down to it to try to determine which bolts needed to go where. So that was pretty much my only complaint. It was put in a crate where you didn't have to worry about any of the damage that could possibly occur while in shipping. It was very well packaged. I ended up having so much bubble wrap come out of this thing. It was insane. But honestly, like, when you're paying the kind of money that you are paying when it comes to this type of machine, like, you want everything to be very well packaged, and I can't complain. We'll leave it at that. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. If you guys have any questions, there's a lot to cover, go ahead and drop me a comment. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. And guys, guess what? I also do have an Instagram page where I do a lot of fun, cool reels. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.